Hi, welcome to my channel. This channel is against the Big Bang. I'm saying that the Big Bang is false. Discovering that the Big Bang is false, I discovered all the science, especially physics, is wrong. About the electron, my third video on the electron. The electron does not exist. It is light. Electricity, it is light. Okay. So I showed you. So what do I want you to understand in this video? By polarization, because you see plus and minus. You're already confusing that the plus is the minus the electron and the proton, the plus. Okay, it is a direction of flow, and in one direction of flow electricity there is magnetism and attracts, conforming to Maxwell law. So if you have a current, big current, a small current, or a piece of current that has attract in one way of direction of moving, if not at what quantity okay. So that's why I brought the battery. All the video Katie loves science. I cut from other videos. If you know this.
However, 5 years later, a young German scientist named Heinrich Hertz found that he could not get the beam to move with parallel plates or with an electric field. Hertz decided that Crookes was wrong. If the cathode ray was a beam of charged particles, then it should be attracted to a positive plate and repelled from the negative plate. And Hertz decided it was some kind of new electromagnetic wave, like a new kind of ultraviolet light. Further, in 1892, Hertz accidentally discovered the cathode rays could tunnel through thin pieces of metal, which seemed like further proof that Crookes was so very wrong.
Okay, if you ask that, you want to register this all the video. She's saying the minus plus attractor, the charges, a charge. Let's have a charge, okay. So I've showed to you why I have this battery, car battery. Is not for the car. I have a solar panel and I've charged it with my solar panel, and I've told her I change the poles. I put a switch on this plus minus. You see here, plus and minus. It is not like you have electron minus here and like it's a direction of flow, but I've changed the polarity. I plug the solar panel instead of put the plus of the solar panel, I put it here and I change the poles. So now if you understand, it is a direction of flow and you can change it. And if you change it like this, you attract another way. If you change it like this, you attract in another way. So all this video, because it is easy now for you to understand the electron is charged with negative. But so if you decouple negative plus and plus and it's like mathematics stupidity. Okay, you have a plus here on the battery, but no plus in there is no plus and minus in the battery. There is no minus in electron. So now if you change the poles, here is minus, here is plus. It's a direction of flow. So watch another part from this case love science. He loves it, but she does not know. But so you must know, and then you have real love. So watch.
Then, in December of 1895, a French physicist named Jean Perrin used a magnet to direct a cathode ray into and out of an electroscope called a Faraday cylinder and measured its charge. Perrin wrote, quote, "The Faraday cylinder became negatively charged when the cathode rays entered it, and only when they entered it. The cathode rays are thus charged with negative electricity."
So okay, if you watch another part, she will going to tell you all the video. So I write from where I cut it. So you must understand this very in a serious manner. You know what is demonic? To deny the obvious. You see the electron beam that is shooting from the cathode being light. You emit it, you can see it light, and you see that is not light. This is a demonic procedure, and I've told you light you cannot see it. When you only the object, you see this red object, you cannot see the light that's going from my light bulb through the air like this, hitting this and hitting the is like a vibrating string, like a field vibrates this piece and this piece vibrates my eye, and it's not going to make a trail from this. Exactly like a laser beam, you do not see it, you put something in front of it, you will see it. So now if you do not see it, it's not light, it's still light, a laser beam with light, but you do not see it. So this cathode emission, if you put something in front of you, you will see that it is light. So where is the damn electron? Where is the damn electron? Nowhere. So watch another part from this. Kate loves science and history. Oh, so watch.
This is why J.J. Thomson was so confused. He felt that Perrin had, quote, conclusive evidence that the rays carried a charge of negative electricity, except that, quote, Hertz had found that when they were exposed to an electric force, they were not deflected at all. What was going on? Thomson wondered if there might have been something wrong with Hertz's experiment with the two plates. Thomson knew that the cathode ray tubes that they had only work if there's a little bit of air in the tube. And Thomson wondered if the air affected the results. Through trial and error, Thomson found he could get a stronger beam by shooting it through a positive anode with a hole in it. With this system, he could evacuate the tube to a much higher degree. And if the vacuum was good enough, the cathode ray was moved by electrically charged plates just as negatively electrified particles would be. If you're wondering why the little bit of air affected it, it's because the air became ionized in the higher electric field and became conductive. The conductive air then acted like a Faraday cage, shielding the beam from the electric field.
So if you watch that, you understand why I have this battery. I have a solar panel, so maybe I bought it especially for you to understand. I capture light with my solar panel. I showed to you on my videos. I plug this in my solar panel. So if you do not believe it or not, the solar panel moves it, but not with this speed, with this 220 volts, and the solar panel moves it slower. Like, you see, big speed, slower, let's say a half a time, but I plug it directly in the solar panel. So what it captures the solar panel? Electrons. It is very important. Why? Again, in this video, she will show to you J.J. Thomson making an equation, because he only knew Newton, force equal mass times acceleration. Now you must put this somewhere. You do not, because this is not this with mass. It moves it, but it hooks it, like exactly with poles. It rejects it like with magnets. It rejects, attract like this. It makes it spin, but not hitting it like with mass. So now he calculated, you see clearly he only knew one equation in 1905. Einstein wrote even 1905. So 1903, 1905 when he took the Nobel, he only knew an equation, stupid Newton bullshit. So now he mixed the electricity E with this. From this it comes the mistakes. The 1.5 mass time velocity squared from Leibniz is kinetic energy of movement, is force. So now he put the electricity and connect it with mass, but the damn light does not hit you with mass. So now he calculates, you can see it it moves the mass. But with frequencies, you see, you have some voltage from the solar panel, it moves slower. So with a frequency of change in rejection, so where you put the mass in the beam? Because the beam deflects in angle like with this. So watch another part from this.
As stated before, Heinrich Hertz also found that a cathode ray could move through thin metals. How could a particle do that? Well, Thomson thought maybe particles could do that if they were moving really, really fast. But how to find how fast the cathode beam was moving? He used the fact that he could move it both with an electric field and a magnetic field to make an electromagnetic gauntlet. First, Thomson put a magnet near the ray to deflect the ray one way, and then he added charge to the plates so that the forces were balanced. and the ray went in a straight line. Thomson knew that the force from the magnet depended on the charge of the particle, its speed, and the magnetic field, given the letter B. He also knew that the electric force from the plates only depended on the charge of the particle and the electric field. Since these forces were balanced, Thomson could determine the speed of the particle from the ratio of the two fields. Thomson found speeds up to 60,000 miles per hour, or up to a third of the speed of light. Thomson recalled, quote, "In all cases where the cathode rays are produced, their velocity is much greater than the velocity of any other moving body which we are acquainted."
So you see, if you understand J.G. Thomson, and they want to say that they give the Nobel prize for the beam that goes through some gases and some bush. They do not know the Nobel himself invented the dynamite, blow up people, okay, and then he invented this. So the stream from 1900s of Nobel prizes, crazy Nobel prizes, like from okay, so you understand it is a flow. You see, this is a smaller negative, it's a smaller cathode and anode, you see, and it's a flow, but you can reverse exactly like in magnets. And you can see, you can reverse the pole of a magnet. You can change the poles of a magnet. So now if you put north and south pole like in America, or plus and minus, what does have? What that have the magnet? A minus current flow. It is a way to show to you. You can put black and white if you want. Now it is charged black and charged white. If you put black here and white here, so if you are this crazy, my friend, so what is the charge of the electricity? You see, this alternative. This is alternative. It means it moves like this and this, like this and this. What is the charge? What is the charge of it? What is the charge of the it creates a magnetic field like this and like this, alternative magnetic field. There is a switch at the hydropower plant. It makes it switch like this, and it makes three, because you see, if you plug in this battery, this you must put the plus and minus. Only one way it would work. So now it was an improvement that you have two discs. You see, you put plus and minus. It will not work if you plug it only here and here. So now if you change it in the other ways, it will not work. So this is direct and alternative current. So now he made this invention to make it like this and to flow like this. And now you disregard how you put this in your socket. Like this or like this is plus minus everywhere, because there is a plus like here and minus like here, if you see. But it's not a charge. So now you understand. You watch another part from this girl. He likes history. And all the bullshit that they like. So watch.
Thomson then did something even more ingenious. He removed the magnetic field. Now he had a beam of particles moving at a known speed with a single force on them. They would fall, as Thomson said, quote, like a bullet projected horizontally with velocity v. Note that the gravitational force is much, much smaller than the electric force on such light objects, and therefore can be ignored. By measuring the distance the cathode ray went, he could determine the time they were in the tube. And by the distance they fell, Thomson could determine their acceleration. Using F equals ma, Thomson determined the ratio of the charge on the particle to the mass, or E over m. He found some very interesting results. First, no matter what he changed about the experiment, the value of E over m remained constant. Quote, "We may use any kind of substance we please for the electrodes and fill the tube with gas of any kind, and yet the value of E over m will remain the same."
Okay, this is the way I make the videos, if you know. So you know what is demonic, my friends? To deny the obvious. I shoot a laser beam in front of your eyes, and I put something in front. You see light, and no, you say it's electrons. So I'm telling you there is light because the matter, it is combined with light. It is made with light. You see, everything has color at all the levels. if you take a sheet of paper, you see, it is white. It already has a color, but always you put a color on it. You see, in a color, it is light. If you deny this, where is the electron? Where is it? You cannot find you cannot find it, or in a Nobel Prizes, the electron. Look, I make like this, a frequency. You see, the paper had a color, now I put another color, and they combine. This will stick due to these properties of light. So poles attract, so pole rejects, the property of light. Not the electrons do not exist. So I plug this in my solar panel, and then I moved this with a solar panel, okay? And I showed you in one video, I put a light bulb here. This battery, 12 volts, it does not work. It says 100. 12 volt battery, 12 volt light bulb, and I ignited it. You see, I touch a frequency. So now where is the electrons? If I charge my solar panel, this battery, the light I put in it, so this is what it means to be demonic, okay? You deny the obvious, you invent something. Electrons. So watch another part.
This was revolutionary. Thomson concluded that everything was filled with these tiny little things that he called corpuscles, but we now call electrons, and that the corpuscles in one item are exactly the same as the corpuscles in another. So for example, an oxygen molecule contains the same kind of electrons as a piece of gold. Atoms are the building blocks of matter, but inside the atoms, there are these tiny electrons that are the same for everything. The other crazy result he found was the value of E over m was enormous, about 1,700 times bigger than that for a charged hydrogen atom, which had the biggest value of E over m for anything they had found before, which meant that either these corpuscles were very, very highly charged, or they were tiny. A student of Thomson's named C.T.R. Wilson had experimented with slowly falling water droplets and found that the charge on the corpuscles were, to the accuracy of the experiment, the same as the charge on a charged hydrogen atom. Thomson therefore came to some really interesting conclusions. 1. Electrons are in everything and are well over 1,000 times smaller than even the smallest atom. 2. Benjamin Franklin thought positive objects had too much electrical fire and negative had too little. Really, positive objects have too few electrons and negative have too many. Oops! 3. Although, since Franklin, people thought current flowed from positive to negative, really the electrons are flowing the other way. When a person talks about the current that flows from positive to negative, they're talking about something that is not real. True electrical current flows from negative to positive, and that's the way the electrons move.
Okay, if you watch that, so the formulas themselves, they are crazy, if you understand. Force equals mass times acceleration, but the light does not hit. Only if it moves the mass through by vibration, frequency, with a carrier wave, like you put some piece of wood in the and it vibrates it. It did not hit it, it vibrates it. So feel it moves, but not with mass. So now can you calculate, it has a small particle light, you can see it with your naked eye. You watch a light bulb, you see small corpuscles in the light. So light has this, but how they keeps together with a field with this. So now you can deny these corpuscles. Okay, but body in Romania means corp, so that's why I have some problems. Corpuscles, okay? This tiny, so you can see it, you can deny it, you cannot, but you can change the name. It is not light, it is electrons, okay? So now watch another part, and you will see more lights from this J.J. Thomson.
However, by the time people believed J.J. Thomson, it was too late to change our electronics. So people just decided to stick with, quote, conventional current going the wrong way. Sorry. 4. Since electrons are tiny and in everything, but most things have a neutral charge, and because solid objects are solid, the electrons must be swimming in a sea or soup of mildly positive material, like raisins in a raisin cookie.
So okay. So now, so with mass and the speed, the speed of light, you see, is conforming to this only 1 further the speed of light. So there must be electron. So I'm telling you, he lied. He lied also. This to put a distance and to register how it in this small unit. You do not understand what I did. Not only all the guys had the connection to make a glass like this to weld it, and okay. So if you do not understand, everything is light. All these tapes, you see, they are written with light, and you read them with light. You imprint light. So electricity is light. The electron does not exist. This is demonic to falsify what. So this is demonic. If I'm telling you this oil is not made with electrons, it is made with fire and with light. So I'm telling you, this oil, you see, it has a color. You see, it is made with electron, like this plum pudding, like it a sea of positive charges. What positive sea? What cookies did he eat that morning with marijuana cookies from Holland, from where? From Amsterdam. So this is plus, this is minus, okay? It's a sea of plus and a sea of minus interconnected. It's a directional flow and you can change it. You do not understand. So what it means to be demonic? Demonic means to be like this. I'm telling you this oil is made with light and fire, and I prove to you. Look, I prove to you. Look. So look, I have oil here. So look, light and fire, you see? And how is going to be for you to be demonic? That's to name the fire protons, okay, and the light, how? Electrons, because if you ignite these 4 hours continuously produce light. So what it is mixed here? Electrons or light. So this is to be demonic. If you see the beam of some cathode, if you see laser, if you see light or everywhere, you cut this paper all the levels, you see light, you see color. From where is the electron? There is quantity. I set it on fire, you see. From what it is made? From a plum pudding. Look, I ignited it. Look. What it contains? Light. You see? It made. Where is the electron? You see light. So from what it is made, the paper? From what it is made, okay? So this is means to be demonic, my friends. If you understand, you to deny the obvious means the captain obvious, okay? It is obvious it is fire and light, but now to pull some and you bullshit with some formulas. On this distance you put the velocity and you I've told you in one of my videos, the light does not velocity, it stays here static, you see? Until you ignite it, and then it is break from the connections, and it goes with a constant, you see, a constant, there's a constant lux, a constant luminosity. When it breaks with some law in a constant manner with different materials on a margin on different materials, but it's a constant manner, you see, it is breaking. So but here, what is the speed of light in the oil? What it is the speed of light. So this is what they wanted to lie to you. And I've told you, there was a guy, Röntgen, invented this cathode emission. So watch another part from this.
The first 3 conclusions are still considered correct over 100 years later. The 4th theory is called the plum pudding model. It's named after a truly English dessert that they tortured people with during Christmas. It was proposed by Thomson in 1904. In 1909, a former student of Thomson's named Ernest Rutherford was experimenting with radiation and inadvertently demolished the plum pudding model in the process.
So there was a guy, Röntgen, invented this. You put a tube and plus minus like this, with a battery, shoot a beam, and he was seeing that it can make a hand of his wife, if you know. So this light passes. So I've told you, when somebody discovers something, there is a lot of guys to falsify, like in demonic manic. So what is this beam that shoot through the eyes? If you make a picture with it. You make a picture with radiography, what it is. If your picture, you can see it with your eyes then. You see it through the hands of the wives with your eyes. What you see? Electrons. You see electrons, okay? So you make with this beam, you shoot it on a paper, you make a copy or radiography, you see, of your hand, of your bones structure. Some beams pass to some materials, some beams do not. I've told you why, okay? So what is this? Electrons, you can see it on the paper, you can polarize and depolarize the magnets also. You can reverse the poles, okay, of the magnets. It's plus minus, and you can see it again, the magnet on the paper. You see there is light also, magnet. So light has different properties. It can attract, reject, can make strong connection like this. It breaks. It can bond like this. It is still like a magnetic manner. You see, it is sticking to this paper. You see, sticking to this paper, the color. So exactly like you see, sticks to the paper. You see, you understand, this is some color, some material. The material itself has light in it. So different tones of colors made. Not only the past, this is you put like it a food colorant, but the food itself has some color. Okay, so to change, to make it blue or something in the mixture. But when you cut it like the René Descartes, you still can find light. So this is what to remain, to be demonic, my friends. To invent something, the light diminishes with distance. You cannot see this object and from 1 kilometer far away. So now you can see a galaxy from 4 billion years. This is demonic. So this is what you were saying until this hour. Prediction, experiment, but these guys are stupid and crazy, took Nobel Prizes. They deny what they see with their eyes. So what they can understand in the experiment if for them light does not have mass? What can they see? If you knew mathematics, you do believe that we are stupid, we cannot put the minus plus and divide this sign to put 100 with divided by 900, okay? You believe that we cannot do this? So what he demonstrated? Zero, squat, he lied to you, okay? So what is the plum pudding model, my friends? Watch another part. I will end the video.
However, before I can get to Thomson's gold foil experiment, I first want to talk about what was happening in France concurrent to Thomson's experiments. This is the story of how a new mother, working mostly in a converted shed, discovered and named the radium and radiation that Rutherford was experimenting with. That woman's name was Marie Sklodowska-Curie, otherwise known as Madame Curie. And her story is next time on the Lightning Tamers. Watching my video, please remember to subscribe. Please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're confused about the history of the cathode ray, I have videos about that. If you're interested in more about Heinrich Hertz, I have videos about that. I have a lot of videos. Why don't you subscribe? And then you can spend all day watching my videos. Okay, have a nice day. Please remember to put a comment. It always makes me happy, unless your comment is, I didn't like your video. And please remember to give it a thumbs up, unless you're planning on giving it a thumbs down, in which case, skip it.
So okay, if you watch that, I'm telling you, light make connections. And it's some magnetic property, I can break this, okay? Keep this because it is like exactly like somebody write it. You cannot see it on the camera, but it's like some letters. I found it. It's like somebody wrote on it. See, on this rock. You cannot see the count. Okay. So, but a strong connection. You see, you can break this like this paper. You can break this, okay? So I'm telling you, this also is like make two magnets stay together. You can break them. There's a force of connection, magnetic connection, okay? And you can break it. In the magnetic polarization, you can change the poles. You can demagnetize. You can some properties. If you put two magnets, if you put one like this, reverse, they will not attract anymore, okay? So now this is, you understand, this made with light. You can break it, you cannot stick it together like a magnet. So because somehow there's so different kinds of polarization, different kinds of ways of sticking to the material, okay? If you understand this, you'll understand that the primitive with two electrons like in this strata, this only this with interlock. If a minus plus sign, you'll understand there's many waves. There's many waves of connection in the matter, like you cannot stick it together like in magnetic manner. Maybe you change the pole somehow, you break the connection with the light. And I'm telling you again, if you do not believe that is made with light, look, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Light. If you are still sustaining that the fire is somehow protons of oxygen, it is in oxygen, but it is matter. It is matter. It is a separate matter. Put in this oil, you see it has fire in this matter, carbon gases. So if you deny that this proton still may be the obvious, can you deny there's light? So can you deny that there's light in this oil and the light itself makes the connection? Can you deny that? You can deny this because you are demonics, my friends. Demonic. So with what is made this oil, my friends? With fire and light. And it is sticking together somehow, but we do not understand now. Because this is a simple model plus minus. It's a directional flow. Only Maxwell says that it flows like this direction, that you put plus here and minus here. It flows from minus to plus. But some guys know the electron flows, so they say light, electricity. So now they separated the electricity itself from the electron. Electron flows like here, electricity like... So it is not sufficient. Like Maxwell said, if it flows like this, it will make a magnetic field like this. And what is 5 equation? You cannot connect them or in logical manner, okay? And they're engineering type of matter. They were made on cables, on wires like this. It have wires, okay? So 2 wires will attract electricity, you see. So this is the way how matter it is produced, you see. It stays together, but you can break it. But you can break in different manner. With fire, you see, the fire will break the magnetism of a magnet. You put it on, okay. So if you understand. So if you understand there's some connection and you break it, and the connection, this is a strong you see, you can break this rock. This is like they were lying with us, if you know, with a strong, I have these colors because they are beautiful, okay, and I will show to you the waves in a quantum mechanics video again, the waves, how the waves of light are and move, okay. So that's why you must understand there are different tones, you see, colors of light with different frequencies. So this is the way how my videos, you are demonic, my friends, all of you, and you can give Nobel Prizes, who do you want, and to light this with some calculation, force mass times, but the light bends and hits an object and moves it, but exactly like this, it moves it to you see, it is not hits the motor, it's indirectly with some frequency, see, it moves it. You do not understand there's movement without mass. So why J.J. Thomson did? Lies, my friend. And then the speed. We know there's this distance, and then let's approximate it. 600,000 kilometers per second. He had this clock with 600,000 divisions in a second. He had in 1905 this calculated through some line procedures and this. So if you do not understand, let me tell you like this: you can register magnetic light. So you can have a voltmeter, a multimeter to show to you in electronic manner the intensity of the magnet. So that if you put some light you shine in a magnet, it's show to you in an apparatus. So if you send light, so you see, you believe there's no interaction between light. Light can hit each other and reject each other. I showed to you in one of my channel, maybe some other time, I will show to you there is the optical cable with these colors in it, if you do not know, has even some transparent cable in it from glass made. It has basically colors like this. If you do not understand, when you copy a picture from your computer, you send lights, and lights separate themselves by themselves by tonalities. So it rejects this color rejects this color, and this color rejects this color, and you can make a perfect copy, you see, because you see I film it, you see, and you put it, you store it in your computer, and you read it if you understand. You read the picture, you see, you read if you understand. So you deny the obvious, you see. I have colors here, you hit them, you have in the battery light, you send light, you send lines through the light bulbs, it hits, it's separated, goes in your camera phone, so you can register, makes a picture. So now where is the electron? You made a picture with light, the light hits, you have light in battery, like I proved to you, take it from the solar panel and you live electron. This is demonic science, my friend. Demonic militia science, okay? So I've told you, the connections are made with light, and we cannot know at this hour because there's multiple causality. You can break it, you not put it again, you can put it. There's so properties, if you understand, will stick with this, but you cannot write with this on another kind of things. It will not write. So now you are believing somehow, but even in the chemistry, some classes of interaction, this acid will not interact with this. Is not a simple, you have to mix in electron discharge, so positive charge, and it will stick like magnet type manner, because the flow, it is a flow, plus and minus, if you understand. Okay, goodbye, God bless. This is the way I make my videos. I'll make a quantum mechanics video. So that's why I have all these colors, and I've told you the matter is interlocked with these two. Fire in half of them, in gases, in oxygen mainly is put, and you see it's this fire and light here, and you can pull it 4 hours for 50 milliliters 4 hours, but it is not have mass, you see, and not even the fire. When you put it in a solid manner, it allows the light that surrounds our galaxy, passes through the earth. It is a field of light produced by the board of our galaxy. That's a field. You cannot see the universe. The galaxies are stars. You see it's like this, exactly like this. The mass is created only when you see it goes up, you see on the fields, you see the fire and the light, it is absorbed and emitted. When it is in this state, the mass is created because it is somehow polarized, and the field walks through it and it creates mass. So the mass is not due to some force. It is, you have some field or resonance field, okay? You make an object like this, intersect it with light and fire, and so there's a constant field like throughout all galaxy. It passes through this and attracts it because this field has this trajectory, because it converges the center of the mass of the earth, okay? So you see, and there is some properties of inertia like this, the earth is moving, okay? So you see what mass is. If I burn it, it does not have mass. The light, it is emitted, and the fire escapes, you see, goes upward, you see, so was the mass of the fire, and you decompose the mass, and even if fumes and gases you go. So do you realize this has mass only because there's some connection with light and fire interconnected. So the polarities, like in a magnet, is arranged somehow. This field, common field, it pushes down, okay, 9.8 meters per second, because it's not depending, because you must to see difference in masses. I believe it, if you put some big masses, maybe it's going to be some differences, some balances, you see. So the light does not have mass. How and where is the electrons? So the electron make the connection. If you have fire, you have the fire is protons, it is ionized gas. So when you light this match, my friend, you see this is falling to the ground. This is the matter with mass from all this paper. You see, this falls to the ground. But 90% of it does not have mass because it's fire and light. The fire does not have mass. Okay, but you can constrict it to have it. You interconnect it with something, and you can constrict light to have mass. Like here, you electrolyze this, and you understand. So this is the way we have a video, my friends. This has a color. It is electron due to electrons. I've told you by the wire. You have through wires and the light flows through a wire like optical fiber. So flows electron, you send pictures, flows electrons. So now this straight our name because you see you have 7 tones of color. Let's take like 7 tones of color like this yellow, like in rainbow, rog-violet in Romanian, okay, violet, you see, red color, okay, okay, so orange and some orange, okay, let's okay, let's say this orange, okay, rog, green, okay, violet, okay, like this, indigo, yellow, okay, like in rainbow, you see. So these are different tones. So what they did with this electron bullshit, where they made the strata from the Mendeleev like this, they shoot light, okay, is separated on tones of colors, and you can register some frequencies. From this you can register a frequency, separate frequencies, like in hertz, like this, okay, but it's not exactly, it says many tonalities. So you can register it, you have 7 tones. Let's put another one like this. There's no, and this black is color, so also, and white is color. It must be in a spectrum. So that's so the sun itself has spectrum. It goes and it in a single picture, okay, you can make the spectrum of sun. It is black color all over the place in all the colors, have strips of black. Okay, so you put black color, okay, they not appear in a rainbow. God didn't want to. Maybe you can see to put black in rainbow. Would be beautiful. Okay, so now you understand how they did the strata, KLMNOP, 7 strata, lane strata, because there is 7 tones, basic tones in colors. You see, like 7 tones. There's many, maybe 12, oh, but let's say 7, okay, like in the rainbow. So now you should like a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, because there's light also, tones, okay. So you should light in all the Mendeleev like this, where they do supplementary and register some hertz. You see, so they put on strata. This strata has this strata has this. So now it's the electron. It's not the electron, it's the electron. But if you shoot light and it separates in some frequency colors, so you shoot light, you hit with light and you register back light in frequency. Is the electron, yes, it's the electron. This is demonic, my friend. You can give Nobel Prizes to who do you want. Okay, goodbye, God bless. This is the video for today. Goodbye, God bless. Light makes the connection. Goodbye. Like, share and subscribe.